Today's topic, we're going to be doing a follow-up. Everyone requested that we watch part 2 because we watched a part 1 on Jubilee where this couple discussed things and I cringed uncontrollably. So let's watch the part 2 since there's a follow-up where 2 years later they end up talking and watching the video and discussing their feelings about it. Oh, FYI, we were right. They didn't stay together.
Duh.
Oh my god, this is nervous laughing.
No, it's good. I love it. It's all good. Nervous laughter is great content.
Hi guys, I'm right now in the Czech Republic in Prague.
I approve. I approve of your location.
We'll come visit you soon.
I don't know about that, but I definitely approve of that country.
And this is more than distant memory that lives on the internet for millions to see.
When was the last time you watched the video?
Very long time ago.
When she talks, she always sounds like she's just waking up.
Yeah.
Very long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's how you sound like when you wake up.
No, but I know women who do.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's important to know because morning time is when the real fun happens. That's actually when your testosterone levels are highest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've even seen the video, so with that being said, I'll cut it short. Let's just go.
I asked her if she loves you. Do you know her answer?
Was it a yes?
I mean, should I really answer him?
For some reason, the first 10 seconds of this video is probably one of the most commented parts of the video. People were really surprised at my voice.
I went on his profile and I got very interested and I started liking and I started like watching his videos, what he's doing, and I've been really caught with his voice. And I just messaged him and I told him that he had an amazing voice and we started talking like that.
You know what's interesting about that kind of German, Norwegian,
yeah,
just that whole like Northern Europe, the accent always, everything sounds matter of fact. It's just like everything they say, I just take it as like, this is what's going to happen. If they were to tell me like, so I'm going to stick this needle in your testicles, and everything just sounds like facts.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a sexy accent. It's just an accent that kind of demonstrates a bit of authority, I think.
And even if they sound like they're living, if you add Mr. Bond to the end of their sentence, they sound like a villain. How long ago did you watch this? Very long time ago, Mr. Bond.
Like there's certain accents that are very attractive and other ones that are not, and this is one of those ones that can be depending on your disposition, but it just sounds very authoritative.
Yeah.
That he had an amazing voice and we started talking like that. I'm sorry. It's a relationship that lasted 2 months. This video made it like something that I will have always to carry with me. When I see this video, it just brings me back to the States that I felt was a lot of overwhelming and anxiety.
I was like, okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is still super sweet. Like watching that exchange still melts my heart, especially with the flamenco in the background.
So are y'all married? Are you friends? Are you friends with benefits? Like what's the relationship?
This is a good question, actually.
So we actually had an argument, and where I stand is that I don't really know exactly, and I kind of prefer it that way.
That's where I knew that it was over.
I kind of like the smooth jazz coming in. They're really trying to paint him as here comes the sugary words. Yeah, I would agree with what
Yeah, when she said, yeah, he's my boyfriend, and he's like, I don't want to, I'm like, oof.
Me was the first minute when she was just looking at him like, and he was just like, what's up? There was a bit of a disconnect for me there.
Our relationship is like the perfect representation of like a digital postmodern world where there are absolutely no labels, no gender, and no age or like anything to define what the hell we're experiencing in this short amount of 3 months.
And that was the moment that everybody watching realized Pierre XO is a multi-dimensional boy.
At least you know, bro. Bro. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard that, I had that same suspicion. You know what it is? I think it's just the fact that once you start using all these terms to speak in abstract, because people like concrete, and the thing is, boys operate in the abstract.
Yeah.
They operate in this realm of, you know, we're seeing each other, but I don't know where this is going.
It's vague. It's
right?
vague. It's
and
very
so
vague.
they've internalized an experience, and they associate any kind of vague talk a man
Yes.
does as being boy, not recognizing that sometimes there's just uncertainty. For example, when a woman, if I say I want to sleep with a girl, she's like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I want to take some time. I won't be like, yeah, you know, because you uncertain. But the way we internalize men being abstract is they're being deceitful. They're using the abstractness and no commitment to be able to get what they want without actually having to give anything.
But it's like when people are using too many words to say what they want to say. Boy.
Sure. I mean, you could view it that way. I would say it's important to explain stuff.
I understand. It's just that when people hear too many words at some point, they're going to be quick to say that it's a boy.
It's not about using too many words. It's about what you're saying with those words. If you said to a girl a long love letter with 1,000 words and it was, she wouldn't call you a boy.
True.
It's not about too long of an explanation.
It's too long of an
about,
explanation being
is
vague.
it vague and you're just trying to get out of saying what you want to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Being evasive.
I'm not mad at the joke, though. It was good.
The joke was amazing.
I was being a little more assertive than I needed to be because she kept claiming something that I really didn't want at the time.
He's my boyfriend. He's saying, well, I don't want to label this relationship. And I'm like, well, he's my boyfriend. Because for me, it's just like, I'm seeing somebody like constantly. For me, it's just like, makes sense.
I don't think she gets it. That's the weird thing. After 2 years, I would have hoped she would have learned the lesson. That's probably the saddest part.
It confirms what I was thinking in the first video. When we watched the first video, I was like, there's something unhinged. There's something that she's not getting. Right just from the first video. Like where he was like, I don't know what his... No, he's my boyfriend. There's something that is crazy about that way of thinking. That's just confirmed to me now that she still doesn't get that and she didn't introspect, or even if she did, yeah.
I would define it as just a lack of empathy. If empathy is trying to use your own experiences to understand people and what they're feeling, she was not able to do that. And she would not take what he wanted. And that's a very large problem within a relationship. You need to be able to understand where the other person's coming from and to respect that. And she was just not able to do that. And on such a big note, like defining a relationship, that's super important.
Do you love him?
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah, I love him. Of course. I think he's amazing. He's just otherworldly.
So cringy. There's something like, I thought this would be a lot easier because we're reacting to people to reacting to themselves. I felt like we were going to get second degree cringe. It wouldn't be so bad, but oh man, that's so cringy. Even when it's a little box, I can't.
You know why?
Why?
Because in the little box, she's not getting it. And now she's watching herself still not getting it, and she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
It's like not getting it twice. You play sports, like a basketball game,
Yeah.
and you lost that game. And you're like, I should have won that game. And then you watch the replay, and you're like, I should have won that game. But the errors are clearly there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it was a yes. Was it a yes?
You know it already. You can feel it. Anyway.
Yeah, I could feel it.
Yeah, so. Of course I love you.
Do you love her?
Damn.
Damn, daddy.
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the boys. And, you know, he's not.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know his love. I'm not going to give him a verdict. You don't know his love life either.
I don't know it either, but I'm talking about that situation. It's like,
Yeah.
he clearly said it to her. We had an argument about this. I don't want to name it. And she clearly names it.
Yeah.
That's not being... He said exactly what he wanted. Being undefined. She was stubborn to define it.
The problem is
Yeah.
she was living on one dimension and he was living between multiple. So as an internet, she wasn't on the same page. Because what if he had said that to her on a different dimension, and then he had this interaction with her on a different dimension? Well, she isn't in dimension 2, she's in dimension 3. So she wouldn't have recognized what he was saying.
Okay, they're multiverse.
I think you're a beautiful person. I think you're extremely unique, and you're also extremely talented.
If you ask somebody, do you love me? And they start randomly off all these compliments, but they
You
don't
think
say
I'm
those
beautiful? Well, you know, you're on time. Run. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun.
that's basically them trying to pad it before they give you the no. Well, let's listen.
But on top of that, you believe in yourself like no other. And that's something the rest of the world needs to learn. And I think that's one of the big purposes that you have here, to show people that.
You know, he probably means all this stuff. You know, he probably means all this stuff, but because he's not saying what the viewers want to hear, which is, do you love her or not? They feel like he's an asshole.
Yeah.
What would have been better for him to be like, no, I don't love you. You would have still called him. He was basically trying to say what he values in her, even if that's not necessarily love. You can still value someone tremendously.
He can't win.
No, you can't win that situation.
He can't win.
No, because you're gonna hurt somebody.
You're gonna be an
and a
asshole.
man breaking a girl's heart is always an asshole.
You're gonna be an
How
asshole.
dare you hurt her feelings?
You don't
What?
love
How
her?
dare I assert myself, ladies? When men make approaches on you and you say no, no one's like, how dare you say no? You're entitled to enforce your form of consent, and there's nothing problematic about that.
No means no.
In this case, you're one of the most wonderful people was a no.
Means no.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god.
And she's crying. What, as she's watching this?
Some
So it's
people
double cry?
are ugly criers. I ain't trying to see this. I gotta watch though.
Most men are ugly criers.
And guess what? I never see men cry. It's very rare.
Yeah, because we know we ugly.
Yeah, we do it in the dark, lights off.
UG,
We don't even want to see our own reflection.
No, man. Girls know how they cry. Because they stand in the mirror and sometimes they cry.
Some of
Sometimes
them
they
don't because it's nasty looking and they still do it.
Yeah.
All right, but let's try to get through this.
What happened in your life immediately after the video came out?
I got many people writing me, telling me how amazing couple we were, and it was very hard.
It just shows you that how most people just don't see bad couples when they're looking at it. It's like people will be like, oh my God, they're such a good couple. They're going to last forever. Later find out like the boyfriend was abusive, beat her all the time and cheated on her every day. And I'm like, you guys have no ability to tap into the subtleties of what a good and a bad relationship looks like. That's why people said this stuff. If you watch this video and you saw a good couple, boo-boo, your definition of a good relationship is terrible.
But you know, sometimes you see a drawing and it's really two drawings, one on top of the other. One is in blue, one is in red. And if you put the goggles, different goggles, red or blue, you're going to see different things, right? If you see the blue, if you put the blue goggles, you're only going to see the red. If you see vice versa. That's a bit what it is. All their biases and what people lacked in their lives, that's their goggles, and they only see and pick and choose. Yeah, but they're together and they're talking about, I never have a conversation in my, what they lack in their life sometimes, and they see things like that, they're ideal, which is not an ideal. It is not an ideal, because you just decide to not look at the signs that this is bad. You decide to ignore them because the rest of them is really in line with your ideal.
Right. That's why y'all need to pull out some Ace of Base. Okay?
And see the signs.
There you go.
Love is really complicated.
What happened to you and Pierre when the video came out?
Even before it was already over. I saw him the last time in Christmas, and I've never seen him again.
So we spoke to him,
Uh-huh.
and he just rewatched the video.
Mm-hmm.
And he is willing to do a call with you now if you are comfortable with it.
Okay.
Nice jacket.
Yeah.
So, what's new? How was the filming?
It's good. It was memories.
How does it feel, just first off, to see each other?
It's weird, huh?
Yeah, it's, yeah.
I'm wondering if you guys would talk about why you have not spoken.
I remember the phone calls where we'd be screaming at each other.
It's exactly what you said. They don't see the abuse and with the under. Yeah, it's exactly that. You see? You don't see the signs. You did not see the signs. They were clearly not on the same page. And it showed. And a lot of people didn't see that. That's just, wow, baffles me.
And I didn't want to have any contact. I actually held on to that for a long time, which is why I hadn't came back around to talk to you.
Good. Listen, if someone is toxic with you, cut contact. Don't reapproach. That's the stance you have to take. If your dynamic with one person is constantly negative, you should pull yourself out of that situation 110%. So good for him.
The problem that people do is that they hold on to the good parts of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they'll tolerate the really bad.
Yeah, because they just hold on to the really good. It's like whenever you ate something, you have food poisoning. Like, yeah, but I didn't feel hungry after. The food was so delicious. Yeah, but you threw up all night. Focus.
Like at that time, at that moment, when it was all overwhelming, I really wanted to talk to someone that was experiencing the same thing than I was experiencing, and that's why I was trying to reach you out, and I shouldn't have done that. And I'm sorry about this.
I want to say sorry for any harm that I've done to you as well. Because, I'm not going to try to say that I was the perfect one, and by all means I'm not, So, so I'm sorry for anything that I've done that has hurt you or harmed you in any way.
Me too.
If you could go back in time, would you still do the video?
Is he about to cry?
If she?
No, I think he's about to cry. Yeah, the moment you see the chin start to move on a man and the little dimples in the chin start showing, that's a...
Yeah, this.
yeah.
Yeah, now I would.
I would 100% do it again. When the video released, it was just like all of the reminders of the situation, and the comments were like flooding in. I think both of our social media platforms were exploding at the time. I honestly couldn't sleep for like a week because not only was the phone buzzing every few seconds, it was just like really, really overwhelming. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it made me really happy because it was a lot of people that could relate to the story, yours and mine.
Our relationship, as short as it was very fun, and we had a good time.
I think it's interesting that what he took away from it in terms of positive is that it helped a lot of people, and what she took away for it, it was a great little capsule for the both of us. Now again, this could be just an editing and not reflective of their views.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I know, because I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when niggas got contoured their face and they start opening up their eyes.
That's because you're trying not to cry.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
I just fucking let it go if it happens.
As soon as he hung up, listen, you're in a dark room, dark backdrop, you have the
That's
right.
right.
Just turn off the lights.
Okay.
How'd that go?
It was.
It's funny that she's not crying anymore and he is.
Yeah.
She passed on the cry to him.
Yeah.
Hey, here you go. Okay.
Yeah, I was not expecting this. It's very good. It was perfect, actually.
She knitted closure, and that's why she's not crying no more. That's a closure. The closure is done.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful little ending. She closed the laptop and walked away as if she's walking away from this chapter in her life.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Closure.
What editing.
Yes.
Superb.
Jubilee.
Let me say this.
Good job.
Great powers. My favorite X-Men. Really. Listen. On a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of a breakup and like reconciliation, I would give this like a 7. I'd probably deduct a couple points, mostly because...
Because you didn't have to do a video about it.
No, mostly because maybe some lessons weren't completely learned. Just there's a couple disconnects there.
That's
It's one thing to apologize, but not understanding what it is you're apologizing or in which ways you were really wrong means that you may be at risk to repeat those mistakes. And again, I'm saying this also based off the editing. She may have learned it and Jubilee didn't put it in, so we don't know. But just from what I saw, that's what I got. And I didn't give it a full 10 out of 10 because I didn't get to see all of his tears. And that would have really made the video much better.
bad man not cry. Or bad man not put no makeup too for
That's a good point. Anything you want to add?
No, not really. I wouldn't rate this because I'm rating a breakup. That's weird. I wouldn't rate a breakup. You know what I mean?
Well, in the UK, they rate everything. I rate you. I rate this
That's a different
dog.
rate.
I rate this breakup.
Hey, you know what, mate? It means something different than, you know.
Allow it.
Allow it, mate. Allow it, mate. It means something different, yeah? Anyways, I wouldn't rate it, but
You wouldn't say it's a fit breakup?
it's not fit. It's not fit. It's weird. It's really weird. I wouldn't, no. I wouldn't rate it. It's just...
It's good though. Now they're both single.
Cringy.
They're both single. They're chirping other people.
We don't know.
Good point. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What did you think of this video and their breakup and all that good stuff? And our take on it. Do you disagree with some of the points we made? We want to hear from y'all. Let us. A little other side note, we got a live stream that we're going to be doing weekly here on YouTube. So be sure to check our YouTube stories to know when. And on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we do an Instagram live where if you guys want to jump in on the camera and ask us questions from your own cell phone, you can. So Instagram, subscribe to the Ab and Preach Instagram, follow it. You want to get that info.
And also on the Friday nights, Eastern time at midnight, we are, well, it's actually from the night of Friday to Saturday, we have the release of the podcast. The Patreons have it before. So subscribe to the Patreon if you want to have this before.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.